everybody says to me, why are you always drinking something fancy? Why can't you just bring like a water or something normal like everybody else? But I just don't like that. I like bougie drinks. Hello everybody, Yelena here, and I'm super excited because today I have an awesome recipe for you. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I love bougie drinks. Yes, bougie drinks. And it's kind of funny because I always have brought these bougie drinks to work. Everybody says to me, why are you always drinking something fancy? Why can't you just bring like a water or something normal like everybody else? But I just don't like that. I like bougie drinks. I love matcha lattes, I love kombucha, anything that is weird, unique, healthy, I love it, and I wanna share my latest, most favorite recipe with you. So today, I'm going to share with you a different type of matcha latte recipe that's geared towards summer. It's an iced matcha latte, but with a little bit of a twist. So instead of using sugar or honey or any other type of sweetener, we're gonna be using mango. Yes, mango puree, which is an absolutely delicious and healthy alternative to sugar, cane sugar, or agave nectar, or anything like that. I also add just a little bit of monk fruit sweetener in there as well, and it's a totally healthy, energizing alternative to coffee, or if you just want a summer refreshing drink, it is going to be perfect for you. So let's go ahead and begin. First things first, I want to cover what you're going to need before we get started. Most importantly, we're going to need either a matcha whisk. So this is a traditional matcha whisk made of bamboo. Really weird looking, or I do it a little bit of an easier way. I bought the battery operated whisk. And this is amazing for matcha lattes. Woo! Supercharged, does the trick way faster. You don't have any clumps. This is the way to go. But I just wanted to show you this as an option. You'll need about 1 cup of purified water, and we'll need some matcha, of course. I use this Mighty Leaf organic Japanese ground matcha. So matcha is super bright green. I'm assuming you probably know that since you are watching this video, but maybe not, you never know. So I like this option. Matcha can get super expensive. This is about $16, $17. It lasts me a while. It's 1.5 ounces, and I get this from Whole Foods. You can get it on Amazon as well, and it's pretty good quality. And a mango, specifically organic, but if you can't find that, this will do. And lastly, whatever your choice of milk. I choose plant-based milk, and my favorite is almond milk. I really like this brand. If I can get my finger out of the way. I really like this brand, Elmhurst, because there are legitimately only 2 ingredients, purified water and almonds. I don't like all the gums and the fillers and the added extras and natural flavor garbage that they put in other milks. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. And lastly, you're going to need some type of blender, food processor, smoothie maker. I'm going to be using my Ninja. The first thing you're going to wanna make sure you do before you start is boil your water. So I usually do just about 1 cup of purified reverse osmosis water. Put it in my little kettle on the stove. You do not want to boil it like crazy. It doesn't need to be extremely piping hot. Just get it a little bit hot to do the trick. And then what you're going to do is put it in a mug or just a glass bowl with a lid on it, put it in the freezer and allow it to cool down a little bit. But this is after we whisk it. So stick with me, we're gonna let this water boil, and then I'm gonna show you how to whisk your matcha. Water's done boiling, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the hot stove, open this up, just start that cooling process while we go ahead and begin to make the matcha, okay? So you'll need maybe like a little glass bowl like this, or a mug, or a taller bowl with larger walls. And I usually use 1 teaspoon. I sometimes like to put 2 teaspoons in my matcha, but today we'll meet halfway and we'll do 1.5. See that green goodness right there? Ooh, looks so good. And we're gonna go ahead and put that in the bowl. And then add however much you'd like. If you're really sensitive to caffeine, I would suggest maybe starting out with a half teaspoon or 1 teaspoon. But I'm pretty used to matcha, so I'm gonna go ahead and start right here. And I'm gonna show you this entire process of what to do next. So basically, we will take the water and we're gonna start with just a little bit. We don't wanna pour the entire cup in the bowl. And we're going to start probably with half the amount right now. So pour it right in the bowl with the matcha. And then you take your whisk. So if you're using the bamboo whisk, you wanna circle it around and get all the little clumps out. But if you have this electric bamboo whisk like I've showed you, all you gotta do is kind of tilt the bowl on its side so it doesn't flip out the sides. And then you can begin to whisk it until all the clumps are gone. And you wanna see it make a nice foam on top. That is key right there. Sometimes that can be a little bit more difficult to get with the bamboo whisk. That's why I suggest getting the battery powered one. So as you can see, we're making a nice consistency here. We're starting to see some bubbles, and it's looking real delicious. So I think what we can do now is just transfer this bowl right to the freezer and allow it to begin the cooling process. All right, now we've got the matcha chilling in the freezer, which just makes the process a lot easier once we go to pour it over ice, so it doesn't melt all the ice right away. Next, we wanna go ahead and cut this mango up, and we're going to make homemade mango puree. Now, a lot of people I know do not know how to properly cut a mango, so we're also gonna do a quick tutorial to show you exactly how to cut your mango properly. So what you'll need is your mango, just a little kitchen knife, whatever works, and a plate. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the mango in our blender. So you're gonna wanna grab your blender or blender cup, whatever you're using as well. And let's begin. Go ahead and grab your mango. Now just be aware that there is a pit that runs through the center of the mango. So we do lose out on the entire inside, but we have to make sure that we're cutting these edges all the way towards the middle where that pit is so that we get the most meat possible. So what you wanna do is take your knife in to about right here. Knowing that there's a pit in the center, we're gonna cut right there down the side, okay? So go ahead and put it on the plate standing up vertically, and then take the knife and slice through lengthwise. And you'll feel as you take the knife all the way down if you're hitting the pit or not. So you can adjust to make sure you're getting exactly where the meat is and the pit meets. So we cut that one side off. Go ahead and place that on the plate or put it aside, and then turn that mango around, and we're gonna cut the other side off this time. Go ahead and cut that off, and then we can keep turning it around and cutting the sides off just like this until all we're left with is the pit. Now at the end, we might be able to salvage a little bit of this meat that's on the pit as well, but until then, let's go ahead and just get the big chunks. So now take one of these sides and we're going to put in some scoring. Vertical lines up and down just like this. And then we're going to make horizontal lines as well. And then you can take this and just flip it inside out. As you can see, these big giant chunks, so cool. I was pretty amazed when I found out how to first cut a mango. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this blender cup and chop all these chunks right into the cup. So then we can go ahead and do it with the other side and all the other shorter sides. All right, so now we've got the mango all cut up into our blender or little blender cup. And this next part is just a suggestion. You do not have to do this. I do like to sweeten mine up just a little bit more. So I use this monk fruit sweetener, which is a sugar replacement. And it's actually pretty good. You can get it at Whole Foods. I actually got this one at Home Goods. So you can find it in their little health food section at Home Goods as well. And for this, I'm just gonna put 1.5 teaspoons. Add just a little extra sweetener to it. And then you want to add about 1 or 2 tablespoons of water, which will just help aid in the blending process. We are now ready to blend up our ingredients. Put the lid on, place it on your Ninja or on your blender, and let's get to blending. Now we've created our beautiful mango puree. And we now have all of our ingredients ready so that we can compile this all together into the most delicious iced mango matcha latte. Are you ready? Okay, you guys, it's time for the best part. Putting the ingredients all together. I got this really cool plastic bottle with a lid on it because I get a lot of enjoyment watching all of this mix together. So I wanted something that was see-through because it makes my day every time I do it. And then also I wanted something that was sealed so that I can just shake it all together and then I can pour it into something else to drink, or put a big old straw in here and just drink it right out of this. And again, I got this at Home Goods. Super inexpensive and makes everything very easy. First thing you wanna do is take this amazingly delicious mango puree, and we're going to line the bottom of the container with it. So this is the first ingredient that goes in the bottle, all the way down at the bottom. Once you get all your mango puree in there, and just keep in mind that the amount of puree we made is enough for 2 servings. So you can go ahead and only use half of that, put the other one in the refrigerator. Once you're finished with this, go ahead and add in all the ice cubes. We wanna use quite a few ice cubes so that we can make sure it doesn't melt too quick on us, even though we cooled down the matcha. We want it as cold and chilled as possible on these hot summer days. And once we're finished here, we can put the next layer in, which is your milk or plant-based milk of choice. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my almond milk on top of the ice, on top of the mango. And as you can see, it starts to have that beautiful layering effect right here. But to make it completely finished off and this brilliant masterpiece of art that it is, we're gonna add the matcha on top. So I poured the matcha into a cup that makes it a little bit easier to pour into the bottle. And as you can see, it blends so beautifully and perfectly with the milk. And voila, absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. And then we can go ahead and give it a nice shake, mixing it all together, finishing our iced mango matcha latte. Voila! Now it's time to enjoy, so for the sake of the video and sake of being bougie, we're gonna go ahead and drink it out of our wine glass today. Let's taste it, enjoy, and see how I did. Super excited to try my creation, even though I've had it plenty of times. This one seems to be a little bit more special. Delicious, just that perfect amount of sweet. Much healthier for you than sugar. The consistency is just a tad bit thicker, obviously, of course, because of the mango puree. But this is absolutely delicious. And it's a little bit more fun and more bougie than your regular iced matcha latte. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this recipe today. Just wanted to bring some of the fun things that I make. Love healthy recipes. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, please let me know by leaving me a comment below. Let me know how you enjoyed this if you tried it as well. Like the video if you enjoyed the content. Make sure to tap subscribe for healthy living videos, videos on mindset, as well as yoga classes. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.